I'm going to take a break in the action here, and I'm going to stop the proceedings, because one thing that Frank always did in his performances, being a musician himself and traveling with the big bands, Frank Sinatra always recognized the value of the musicians that backed him up everywhere he went. And I want to take just a minute to thank and acknowledge the musicians in the Unforgettable big band that are backing up Jim, Mr. Schofield, to those of you that still have to take him in class, and the other people that have helped out with things tonight. I'm going to start back in the trumpet section. Back in the trumpet section on lead trumpet, we have Dr. Jim Smolko. And we have Mr. Bill Kirk, Mr. Randy Gunniker, and Mr. Frank Fry. In the trombone section, and great story, our youngest member, Mr. Nick Berger, not too long ago graduate of West York. He's a student at Penn State York, and he's proof that you don't have to be an old man to enjoy and love playing this kind of music. Nick Berger. Next to him, one of those retired band directors up here, Jim Young on trombone, and Dale Boyer, and Larry Williams. He's another teacher. We got a lot of them up here. In the saxophone section, our lead alto player, Mr. Dave Murphy. And on solo tenor, Mr. Don Kessler, John Moore, and Terry Kyle. On the drums back here, we have Jay Rubin and Brent Downs. Drummers are tonight, they have to play twice. We have Christine McCachran on the bass. Anthony on the guitar, our assistant director, Mr. Lindy Mack, on the keyboard. You met Jim Schofield. Our MC and narrator for the night, Doug Knight. Keith Gromas, or Mr. Gromas, to those of you from Eastern, out here running the soundboard for us. Melody Schofield doing some technical stuff back here in the back. And Charlie Beard back here coming out to conduct some numbers for us when I have to play, and generally being stage manager and doing things back there as well. As you can see, it takes a whole flock of people to put together one of these things. Applaud yourselves too for coming out here to be a part of it. If you like stage band music, you can catch us next Sunday at the Yorktown Hotel, when we'll be playing for on Sunday evening for a Vintage Armed Forces Ball. Or you can catch us on Sunday afternoon for one of the most unique things that we do. We do a big band brunch in conjunction with the Elks Lodge downtown. It's a great deal. For $18, you get food and a show. And the proceeds benefit Habitat for Humanity for their Veterans Build project. So it's another one of those great gigs for a great purpose. We have tickets for that available out at the table with the CDs and those infamous buckets that we told you about earlier. And our big highlight for this year comes on July 3rd, when we get to take this very show that we're performing for you tonight to Frank Sinatra's hometown of Hoboken, New Jersey, where we're for the home crowd on the waterfront across the Hudson from the Empire State Building, in conjunction with the closing of the Hoboken Historical Museum's year-long centennial exhibition to Frank Sinatra. So we're real happy that we're going to be doing that. We're excited to be going to Frank's hometown. He's going to bring us down the home stretch with Jim.
Bring us on. So Sinatra first recorded "You Make Me Feel So Young" in 1956 for his Songs for Swinging Lovers album. Return to it again and again in live performance, particularly in his post-retirement concerts where added meaning could be read into Frank's evident love for his audience and the energy that he got, an enthusiastic response to his performances. Nelson Riddle's outstanding arrangement once again stood the test of time, making this one of Sinatra's most enduring classics.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel so spring has sprung. And every time I see you grin, well, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I want to run, play hide and seek. I want to go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon. You and I are just like a couple of tots running across the meadow and picking up lots of forget-me-nots. So you make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and wonderful fling to be flung. Even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so young. You make me feel so young. You make me feel so spring has sprung. And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I want to run, play hide and seek. I want to go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon. When you and I are just like a couple of tots running across the meadow and picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and wonderful fling to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so young. You make me feel so young. You make me feel so young. You make me feel so young.
Once again, I'm forced to speak to something that, as an Italian, very exciting.
Go ahead, go ahead. Tell it.
As a Red Sox fan, I am doing this under protest again.
I don't know what you're going to do when we get to Hoboken.
I am in deep trouble when we get to Hoboken. This is where I need Frank's 3 fingers, 2 rocks, and a splash, right here. Our next selection is the latest on the program, written by John Kander and Fred Ebb for the 1977 Martin Scorsese movie picture, New York, New York.
Go Yankees, beat Boston.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
Now, although this was written for and performed by Liza Minnelli for the movie, the song became closely associated with Sinatra when he recorded it in 1979 for his album Trilogy, Past, Present, Future. It peaked at number 32 in 1980, and the song became Sinatra's final top 40 hit and one of his signature songs. Now, Sinatra occasionally performed New York, New York live with Liza, and then the New York Yankees.
Greatest dynasty in
Greatest
sports.
dynasty in sports.
Say it, Doug.
The greatest dynasty.
Thank you. Thank
The Yankees adopted a tradition of playing Sinatra's recording over the loudspeakers at Yankee Stadium to commemorate a victory. And Liza Minnelli's when they lost, which is a drama. So get this, Liza rightfully protests this. And so the Yankees say, all right. So they play Frank's rendition whether they win or lose. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme from New York, New York.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray and step around the heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. New York, I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the list, cream of the crop, a number one. My little town blues are melting away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. Come on, come through, New York, New York, New
Now look, we can't close out any tribute to the life and music of Francis Albert Sinatra without My Way. Written with Sinatra in mind by Paul Anka. Frank recorded My Way just after Christmas '68. Sinatra would confess to the songwriter Irving Drake that in the '70s he detested singing the song, which sounds insane to say out loud, but he believed that audiences would think that he was self-aggrandizing the tribute, professing that he hated boastfulness in others. Whatever the audience thought, it made the song the most famous of all Frank's numerous recordings, climbing into the charts and remaining there. And in the process, setting a record which still stands by remaining in the British charts for 122 weeks, including 75 weeks in the top 40. Following Sinatra's retirement and return, My Way became an obligatory part of his live appearance. And has embraced the song. He referred to it at least on one occasion as his national anthem. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we close this evening's Centennial Tribute with Milo.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew, and through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I loved, I laughed, I cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. Oh, what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things one more song. All right, we got one more. It turns out that Frank made his own mark on many other people's original songs that they had hits with. That's one of the things that made him great. Before we do our last one, though, I do want to thank the folks from Dollars for Scholars. Jessica Smith, our librarian here, who did a lot of work behind the scenes. Teresa Yakubowski, our head secretary in the office, who took a lot of phone calls that she wasn't supposed to get. So thank you, Ms. Yakubowski, for answering the phone on all those calls. And Cody Aarons, who's one of my students, he's been running the lights up there. So thank you, boys, for helping us out.
Hey, Jim, can I personally thank Eastern New York for naming your mascot after me? That was so kind and unnecessary, but
that's the way we do it here. That's our community.
I mean, it's easy for itself. I appreciate it. Go Golden Knights.
We do thank you for having us out here, and we hope that we were able to make a difference next year for a very deserving senior who will get the scholarship that we raised tonight. The last song we'd like to do was originally recorded by Bobby Darin, who would be celebrating his 90th birthday this year if he were still with us. But Sinatra put his own swag on it. This is Mack the Knife. Oh, the shark has a pretty teeth, dear, and it shows them a pearly white. And old jackknife has old Maggie's babe, and he keeps it out of sight. When the shark bites with his teeth, dear, scarlet billows start to spread. Well, fancy gloves wears old Maggie's a babe, so there's never a trace of red on the sidewalk. Ooh, sunny morning, lies a body just oozing light. Well, someone's sneaking around that corner. Could that someone be Mack the Knife? There's a tugboat down by the river, don't you know, with cement bags just drooping on down. The sunman's it's just for the weight, babe. 5 will get you 10. Old Mack is still around. You hear about Louis Miller? He disappeared, babe, after drawing out all of his hard-earned cash. And old Mack spent like an old sailor. Could it be?
has left the building. The Unforgettable Big Band thanks you. Have a pleasant evening.